Hello Zimsporahh family, welcome back to our channel. Family, we built a house back home in the village. It's sitting empty. Was it worth it? Was it worth it, family? We built a beautiful home in the village. Very solid, a nice yard, nice structure. When we finished, we were proud. Very proud. But today, it's sitting there. No one lives in it. No rentals. Just locked doors. And sometimes we ask ourselves, was it worth it? So, family, if you build back home, this video is for you. Stay with me to the end. If you are planning to build, please watch this first. But why did we build, family? This is my honest perspective of why we built back in the village. We didn't build because it was a business decision. We built because it felt right. We had fear of coming back with nothing, especially when we go to the village. We wanted somewhere where we can live, somewhere where we can stay. It could be for a short time, could be for a short while, but we wanted somewhere as well to retire. A place that we can point a finger to say, this is our own place, where we can stay with peace of mind, where we can live with happiness. We wanted a house like in the roots. We can say the roots is the village. We also wanted our children to know where we come from. And there was also a quiet pressure, family. People asking, makavaka here kumusha? Makavaka here? That was the question. And that was a quiet pressure, family. In diaspora, one question follows you everywhere. If things go wrong, where will you go? This question follows you everywhere in diaspora, family. We cannot run away from this question. And that question builds houses. In that moment, where we are thinking of that one, that's when we felt building a home in the village was like security. It was like, at least we go somewhere and we can stay. And this part is true, family, that you need somewhere to stay when you go back home, when you go back where you come from, because we don't come from diaspora, family. We need all to know that. And we need to be happy with that fact. But here is a fact. Here is a part we didn't think through. I think we built emotionally. We didn't ask ourselves, will this house generate income? We didn't ask ourselves that question. We didn't even ask ourselves, who will rent in the village? Because we never thought of this idea of the house staying empty. And we never thought of the long-term plan. Is this location economically active? We never thought of it. We just built where our heart was, not where the money flows. Emotion chose the village family, and strategy might have chosen the city. But we used emotion. We didn't use strategy. So family, in the village, we have limited rental demand, if none at all. There are lower income levels, few professionals relocating there, seasonal occupation, mostly holidays and funerals. If I can imagine when I go to the village, normally it's holidays when I want to see the parents, or when we think we need to visit the parents, or when we need to get together with the parents. That's the time we visit the village. And sometimes, most of the times, it's about funerals. That's when we normally visit the village. So now, the house stands beautifully but empty. The quiet property does not produce returns, family. And now, what is the cost of a beautiful empty house? So family, while that house is sitting, UK mortgage continues here. UK bills continue. Life here in UK continues. The village house, maintenance is still needed, and caretaker may be needed as well. Security concerns sometimes, and there may be repairs now and again. A house that doesn't end because of what it is. Family, that house becomes an expense. It becomes a real expense. But sometimes I wonder, if we had built in the city, maybe we would be renting it now. Yes, we would be renting it now, family. The city has got advantages. There is a high rental demand. There is also diaspora returning professionals that can rent. There are also students in the city. There are also NGOs who can rent the house. And there are also corporate tenants. But the village, there is also an advantage in the village. There is peace. There is peace, peace of mind, and peace of everything in the village. There is also identity, family. There is also identity. If you build in the village, especially in your own village, there is identity. That's an ancestral land. There's also emotional grounding building in the rural. Yes. So now, let's say the village versus the city. Village house gave us a place to belong, a place for family gatherings, a place to retire one day, and a visible legacy. That's the village home, family. It gave us visible legacy. But there's something that is powerful about going back home, family. we can say this is ours. True. The feeling cannot be measured in rental income. Honestly, the feeling of owning your own home in the village cannot be measured in rental. No, we cannot compare the two. But from an investment perspective, it is not performing. This village property is not performing. Peace of mind is important, yes, family. But peace of mind without a plan can become expensive. Yes, family. Peace of mind without a plan can become really expensive. So what have we learned about this family? We had some lessons. We learned something, family. You have to build with a plan, not just emotion. If you want to build in the village, make sure you've got a plan in mind. Decide if this is a home or an investment. Don't confuse the two. If it's an investment, choose location based on demand, not sentiment. If it's a retirement, accept it may not generate income now. Maybe do both. Income property in the city and modest home in the village. If we could redo this family, maybe we could build smaller house in the village and something rentable in the city. And that is what we can call growth, family. This will not be regret. It will be growth. So was it worth it, family? Was it worth it? That is my question. Was it worth it financially? Right now, probably not. It wasn't. Was it worth it emotionally? Yes. Because when we land home, we don't feel like visitors, family. We feel anchored. There is a home. But here is the truth, family. If you are building only for status, you will regret it. If you are building with clarity, you will sleep peacefully. That's the difference. That's the difference, family. So, family, I'm not here to discourage anyone. I'm not here to discourage anybody from building anywhere they feel like. I'm here to say, think deeper. If you build in the village, is it occupied? Would you build in the city instead? Should diaspora secure income first before building retirement properties? Is building back home an asset or an emotional decision? Let's talk, family. There's no judgment. This is just talking for lessons. Until next time, family, let's talk. Let's discuss in this space. And please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe.